So I just wanted to explain to everybody that I have decided to start streaming on Facebook Gaming 2 days out of the week, and I'll still be streaming on Twitch 3 days out of the week. I don't want to give up on Twitch or anything like that, but I inevitably decided that I need to broaden my horizons, make sure that I have several of them, in fact. And so it led me to the decision to start making sure that I have at least two videos up on Facebook a week, at least two videos up on YouTube a week, and since Twitch is really mainly like it's different than Facebook and YouTube, because Facebook and YouTube, it feels like the live streams are not quite as important as the actual videos that you see on there. People go to YouTube, especially. They also go to Facebook and they watch videos and stuff like that. It seems like there's not quite as big of a community that watches the live streams when the streams are live. It seems like they watch the videos after they're live, after they've already live streamed. And with Twitch is more the percentage of actually watching the live stream is higher than watching the video when the live stream is over. That's what it feels like from, from me. I've been streaming on Twitch for a little over a year and a half, and so I've gotten a pretty good feel of how it seems to operate. But inevitably, the final decision to extend my streams to more than one platform goes back to when I was getting a feel for live streaming, when I was considering first starting to live stream. I actually originally wanted to live stream on Facebook, but back then it felt like there wasn't enough implemented yet. And same with YouTube. It doesn't feel like there's enough there yet for live streaming as compared to how much they have implemented into Twitch. Twitch feels like a really smooth, easy platform for content creators, but Facebook feels like it's more for viewers, and YouTube is definitely for the viewers more than anything. Or at least that's what it feels like to me. But anyway, going back to when I first started, and I asked, on average, while I was at work, I asked 6 people, do you guys know what Facebook is? Every single one of them answered yes. Do you guys know what YouTube is? Every single one of them answered yes. I asked them, do you guys know what Twitch is? None of them knew what Twitch was. I had no idea. And then I asked them, I was like, how many of you, out of the 6, how many of you use Facebook? 3 out of the 6 said that they did. Okay, out of the 6 of you, how many of you guys use YouTube? 4 of the 6 said that they used YouTube. So all the way back then, I knew it was a thing where it was like all the eyes were on other platforms, at least the people that I knew, but Twitch felt the most friendly for live streaming. And so I considered streaming on Facebook at first, but then I inevitably ended up settling for Twitch. And I really do like Twitch as far as how easy it is and how many things they have in there as far as monetization and what things you can give to the viewers and stuff like that. I really like Twitch, and I'll never completely give up on Twitch because of how they have everything set up and implemented. But Facebook is getting really close to having about the same setup as Twitch, and YouTube, they still have some work to do, but they're creaking up behind Facebook. You know, they're getting there as well. And so one day there will be uh where you look at Facebook and you look at Twitch and they'll look very, very similar. And I've messed around with some Facebook stuff. I don't really understand why I can't get the alerts to work, and there's definitely some things that I need to figure out. It's for me personally, it feels more complicated to figure out how to set everything up and get everything running correctly compared to Twitch. But the discoverability, because of how many even older people, like, you know, I've heard of 70-year-old people where, and I know 70-plus-year-old people that use Facebook still to this day. And I know of, well, actually, let's say it this way. I don't know of a person in my life that doesn't use YouTube in some way or another, even if it's just to watch cat videos. You know, like they use it in some way. And so making everybody aware of my presence is going to be a lot easier streaming on 2 different platforms. But I can't really use the multi-stream with Twitch and Facebook because it's against Twitch's TOS. So I was just like, okay, well, I'll stream a couple days on Facebook and get a feel for it and see what happens with that. And I'll continue to make my YouTube videos and I'll continue to stream on Twitch because I've spent a long time on Twitch and I don't want to give up on that. It's done a lot for me so far. And so, yeah, inevitably, that's where I came to the conclusion that if I want more discoverability, it goes back to like what I've seen in so many videos, you know, when people are talking about like if you want to make Twitch successful, if you want to make your Twitch career successful, you have to have discoverability. But with Twitch, the discoverability is best defined on other platforms. Facebook, YouTube, you know, different platforms and whatnot. So that's what I'm actively been doing for a couple months now, is making sure I regularly update YouTube, and now I'm live streaming Facebook, and I'm still working on getting that figured out, and it'll only get better from here, and we'll see what happens. But I just figured I would let everybody know it's like it's a very simple fix. Like I don't think that Twitch realizes maybe that it's something they could fix very easily. Like when you buy a new phone or you buy a new tablet, there are apps that are automatically on that phone or that tablet. 2 of them being Facebook and YouTube. And if they made some kind of deal with, I don't know, Apple or Android, and they said, hey, we'll pay you this amount of money to start making our apps defaulted on the phone, so that when people buy a phone, they see this app and they're like, what is Twitch? And they'll act like, not everybody, but I'm sure a percentage of people will get that new phone and they'll be like, I need to know what this is. Well, why is this here now? And they'll look into it a little bit, and maybe they'll realize they'll be like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this live streaming thing existed, and I already really enjoy like watching live streams sometimes with Facebook or YouTube or whatever, but I didn't even know this was here. And they go and they start checking out Twitch and they see how much easier it is to use and whatnot. Like it could be like a very simple thing to add discoverability to Twitch and help all of their content creators on Twitch. But I don't know if they'll ever do it, because I really truly believe that can be attributed to a pretty good percentage of success between YouTube and Facebook. Would people you know, it, yeah, some people still would use it, just like some people still use Twitch. But if that wasn't there, if YouTube wasn't a default app on your new phone or new tablet, and Facebook as well, there would be a percentage of people out there that had no idea that it even existed. Uh, if they never were on the phones as a default app. And I believe that Twitch, if they were to make a default app, there would be a larger group of people becoming aware of that. And we're talking about this in 2021. I mean, this may not even be a good enough argument, but just from a business perspective, I personally would want to pay out that money to have my app show up on your phone or your tablet, and it's probably a pretty considerable amount of money that they would have to pay. But I could see there being, over the next several years, more of a discoverability on Twitch because it's on people's phones now. I may be wrong, I don't know, but I just figured I would throw that out there, that doing Twitch by itself is just not good enough. I like the platform, but it's just not good enough. And so, yeah, that's inevitably what led me to decide to start streaming on Facebook. So if you guys prefer to use Facebook, hey, you can find me over there. If you guys prefer to watch YouTube videos, I'm doing YouTube as well. And if you guys prefer to watch Twitch, I'm still live streaming over there as well. So I hope to see you guys in one of those places. And yeah, that's all I have to say. And I'll see you guys on the next one. All right. Later.